Good morning, everyone. We started half an hour late today, and today what we are doing is sea glassing glass. All right, so what it is you can get a plain glass, okay, and so these, I just got a few from the dollar store to work with for the live. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it look like sea glass. And I'm sure you guys have seen the post. I actually got the picture up here to be able to show you. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this picture floating around. And I saw it floating around too, and I was like, I'd really like to try that. And so I decided that's what we were going to do today. So anyway, so as I was working on it, the reason I was a bit late is actually because it is a little bit more challenging than you'd expect. I mean, you keep on seeing the post and it's like, oh, just add food coloring to the glue and then you can get the sea glass look, right? Well, it has, even though it is quite simple, it does take a bit of time. And so that's the challenge that I had this morning. So I will show you the one that I was working on. And I'll teach you a lot of what not to do, okay? So this one, you can see, it is quite pretty. There's a pile of spots that haven't dried yet, but I just didn't want to wait any longer, okay? So hopefully that'll be dry by the end, and I'll definitely take a picture of everything done. All right, so we're going to start off with glass, and so as you can see, I got this candle holder. All of these are from the dollar store, and this nice tall vase. All right, and so we are starting with, I just used a bowl, and we have some wax paper under the glass to make sure it doesn't stick. So a bowl, and then we got some dollar store glue, or you can use Elmer's glue, is the one that everybody tells you about. All right, and you actually don't need as much as you would think. You do have to do a few layers, so we're just gonna go ahead and put a nice glob in there, okay? And it does seem to go a little bit softer and a little bit easier to work with if you add a bit of water. So I just have a bit of water, and they were saying 1 part to 1 part, and as you know, I usually don't measure, so I'm just estimating, you know, about 1 part. And then we got some dye at the dollar store. It's really convenient right now because they have all the Easter stuff, right? So they have the dyes for the Easter stuff. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, and so if you want it to be a bit darker, then you add in a couple more drops. So, and if you're having trouble seeing, just remember to swipe the comments to the right, okay? All right, so 1, 2, I'm gonna go for 3. So hopefully this goes darker. You know what? I'm even gonna go 4 because I'm curious how dark we can get it. All right, so we're just gonna mix it all together. Ooh, that's pretty red. Okay, so it's kind of like swampy looking. Just keep on mixing. Okay. All right, and then we're just gonna start painting on. And so it's probably gonna drip a bit. You want to kind of do it thicker because you do want it to be able to stick, and you don't want to have to do as many layers, okay? So we're just gonna paint it all. You're trying not to let it get too streaky either, so just kind of do the best you can. But it does actually, it is quite forgiving. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. It dries and you can't really see all the imperfections. All right. But like I said, I do have a few warnings that I learned while doing it. Like I said, it takes a bit more time than I expected. Though it's easy, it does take time because you usually have to do a couple of layers to make it dark enough for it to, you know, give the full effect. All right, so we're just doing this all the way around. Just try and keep it nice and even. Okay. And as it's drying, you kind of want to avoid any of the drippy spots because it will be quite a bit thicker. So the example that I have, so the blue isn't really dry yet. Let me see if I can get a little more light on that. Okay, so the green is, let's see. All right, I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's bubbles there, okay? So that's one of the things we want to try and avoid. Like I said, I was kind of in a rush because I wanted to do this for you guys, and I was having to wait because it wasn't drying. So that's one of the things that I wanted to warn you guys about is you do have to wait till it dries, because if you start adding more layers before it dries, then it creates all those bubbles, and that's, you know, it's not as pretty when you got the bubbles, although, you know, on the more creative ones, it's a little bit more forgiving. Even though there's bubbles, you don't notice it as much because it's more decorative, right? All right, so that's how simple it is. So like I said, it's really simple, but you know, you might be doing up to like 6 or 7 layers of it if you want it to be as dark as this one. I think this one, I didn't add the water in, and this one was 6 or 7 layers. And it's still working on drying, and I put it on pretty thick. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. It really is that easy, and it gives the nice sea glass effect, and it's just beautiful. And I'll make sure to finish this one up, and I'll post some pictures, and I'll keep track of exactly how many layers I put on this one for you guys. So make sure to come back into the comments and see the pictures, and I'll also post it just on my regular profile. And I think that's it. That's it. All right. I hope you guys are all having a really wonderful day. If you're interested in some more crafts I do, you can go ahead and add me as a friend or go ahead and follow me. That's great. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and make sure to post pictures if you guys end up trying it too. All right. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.